What's going on, true believers? Welcome to another episode of One Shot. I am your host, Jacob, and lots of quality books came out this week. We've also had a free comic book day come through. So let's get right into it. Let me show you what I picked up on free comic book day. For starters, I picked up Batman Special Edition. This is the introduction to Fear State. The Scarecrow is updated his toxin a little bit, so Batman thinks it's got a little bit of mind control in it now, as opposed to just only fear. And Batman no longer knows what's real, if what he's looking at is real. He's afraid he's losing his mind. Good setup to Fear State. It's got me interested. Assassin's Creed Dynasty and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I did not read this one yet, but I'm all about the Viking stuff, so I have not played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I'll be interested to see what they did with it. Spider-Man, Venom. These are two separate stories. One is Spider-Man, and it is done by I believe the guy who's going to be writing Spider-Man after Nick Spencer, thank God, is leaving. And it is Ben Reilly. It looks like it's focused on Ben Reilly a little bit. Which, if you know anything about Ben Reilly, he's Peter Parker's clone. And then Venom, this takes place after the Venom series that we've just gone through. And is no longer Eddie Brock. It is his son Dylan. So that'll be interesting to read, both those series. And then when I was in my comic shop during Free Comic Book Day, they had half-off sales. So I wound up picking up a few books. Aliens Kidnapped, this is one of 3. I got the whole run, all 3 of them. This is number 2. A little bit violent and gory. I do enjoy the Dark Horse run of the Alien stuff. Some of it's a little off the wall, but a lot of it was really good, and I'm excited to read this one because this is one of the few ones that's not in my collection. All right, and let me get this out of the way. Trash. That was easy. Batman, Catwoman, this is issue 6. This series has been alright. The Phantasm makes an appearance, which is always cool. I always enjoyed that character since the animated movie. This goes between the past and the future. The future being Bruce Wayne is dead. Catwoman and Bruce were married. They had a child. And Catwoman is now old, and she tracked down the Joker and she killed him. This is kind of like a weird Christmas story. So here it is, August now, and they've been releasing these about once a month or once every so often, and so we've just been getting Christmas all year round. It's kind of weird, but the story overall has been pretty good. The Phantasm is kind of, if you know anything about her, is one of Bruce's ex-girlfriends. She's kind of mad at him because he won't do what he needs to do, like kill the Joker. And Batman's like, I'm better than that. I have better resources. I'm better than people that like go to war. I don't need to kill. And she's like, yeah, how's that worked out for you? The multiple times that the Joker's escaped. And so Catwoman kind of agrees with her, and it looked like they were trying to plan to kill the Joker maybe, but it probably didn't happen during that timeline. Overall, not too bad. X-Men, The Trial of Magneto. Relatively boring book. The end kind of got me interested, where the story goes that Wanda has been murdered. And so there's X-Men or mutants doing detective work that can see little snippets of the timeline, and some are like doing autopsies on her and they can see things. It's boring. There's too many people in it, too much going on. They think Magneto's done it. Magneto is getting all uppity like Magneto does and starts trying to fight, and then his daughter shows up. It's just this huge thing. The thing that drew me in at the end is Wanda she knows she's dead, but she's not dead. It's kind of a weird thing. That's the only interesting thing about it. Otherwise, most X-Men stuff for me is just boring. I don't enjoy it. Nocterra Issue 6. So, the truck driver, who is this person here, made it to the destination that she was supposed to take the girl and the old man. The old man died. It looked like a paradise. Turns out, maybe it's not such a paradise after all. So they're trying to get out. The guy, the owner, and the person that's been chasing her is not happy that they with them, so they're trying to kill them. They wind up escaping at the end, and now they're trying to find a place. They have no idea where it's at. I'm doing a terrible job describing this book, but this series has been amazing so far. Scott Snyder is doing a fantastic job with Nocterra. The message in this book has been, it's basically keep going. Dark times come, yes, but then bright times come too. So just keep going. Great message in this book. Highly recommend Nocterra if you're not on it. Radiant Black, issue 7. All of the different Radiants are together now. There's yellow, pink, black. I guess he's kind of white in this one. And red. And this dude shows up, and apparently he's been causing trouble for him. He's super strong. He's fighting them all at the same time. So we get to see them kind of team up a little bit and having to work together, even though they're all a bunch of strong personalities. It's kind of cool. Almost like if Power Rangers, they hated each other in the beginning kind of stuff. It's relatively interesting. Still on board, still a really good series. This one kind of just was getting to know all the other characters. Not a whole lot was happening. We did see some space battle going on, but other than that, not a whole lot going on. Sam and his Talking Gun, issue 4. I think this is the last book. This series could have been one giant-sized issue and been like a one-shot and just been fine. They drug this out to 4 books, and it just kind of ended with nothing. So anticlimactic. Was hoping for so much more with this series, but it didn't deliver. I don't know. Maybe give it a read if you can find them cheap enough. I don't know. Didn't really enjoy the ending. Kang the Conqueror. So we are learning, I guess, one of the potential origins of Kang. Kang the Conqueror his origin is himself, basically. He's from the future. I believe he's a descendant. Nathan Richards, maybe, is his name. So is he a descendant of Reed Richards, I guess? But he basically goes forward, back in time. I don't know. Time is crazy. His older self goes to his younger self and is like, these are the mistakes I made throughout history. He's trying to train him to be a better Kang. So he takes him to 1 year before the dinosaurs are destroyed and says, "Get good, son." um, and Kang, doing what Kang does, winds up turning on himself. He was told that there were no humans at the dawn, at that point in time, but apparently there were. He was told not to fall in love with them. He did. So older Kang wound up destroying early human civilization. And then young Kang leaves him there for the asteroid to hit him. It's kind of a weird origin, I guess. And at the end, he goes forward in time, not knowing how to really control the suit, and winds up in the Rama Tut era, where we first see Kang, I guess, in the older Fantastic Fours. I believe number 15. Is okay. Nothing huge, nothing special. Just an okay story. Nightwing, issue 83. It was good. There's a lot going on now. So we realize Dick Grayson now has a sister, and she is the mayor of Bloodhaven, I believe. The main villain, known as Blockbuster, who's like the Kingpin basically, thinks that he has her under his thumb. She is kind of like a double agent. She's leading on to be anyway, like a double agent. She wants to do good, take down crime syndicates from inside. So Dick is kind of wanting to work with her a little bit, so he keeps that secret that they're kind of working together. So from Blockbuster, and then he creates a foundation in memory of Alfred Pennyworth, and he basically puts all the money that Alfred gave him into this foundation to improve Bloodhaven. Interesting, kind of cool, kind of a little bit. This wasn't a bad one. Kind of more of a filler, though. I'm going to talk about these two at the same time. Star Wars 16 and Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters 3. They are basically the same book, with just a little extra viewpoints. Different viewpoints. I liked Star Wars better than I did War of the Bounty Hunters. Why? Because this one is told more from the viewpoint of Luke coming to save Han. He realizes Darth Vader's there, and he's like, I can face him. Then he gets there and he's like, there's no way I can do this. Sorry. And he bails. Really interesting to see that happen. And then they get into a lot of the Empire Strikes Back stuff, which I love. Really good, but War of the Bounty Hunters mostly the same thing. A beautiful cover by Peach Momoko. This is Moon Knight, issue 2. We've learned why old people were going crazy in this area, kind of attacking just random people. There's a guy, he's the janitor of this apartment complex, and really gross, his sweat has the ability to have him connect to these people and control them. So he was flooding the water supply of the building with his sweat, and they had to drink it. It was kind of gross, but Moon Knight's like, he gets caught by this guy and all these old people, and he doesn't want to hurt them. So he's like, I bet you my mind is stronger than yours. I will volunteer to drink your sweat. And he does. It's just disgusting. But the guy gets into his mind and he's like, you have never seen a mind like mine. Not just the mental illness, but I've got the fingerprints of a deity on me. And he basically turns the other guy's brain to jelly. And he's like, he's never going to recover from this. And he just walks away. It was a great story. I'm really enjoying Moon Knight. Second Chances, issue 1. This is, the way I can describe it, is like a modern noir film. This guy, he runs a business, I guess, called Second Chances, where he will fake your death and give you a second chance. But his friend, this guy he knows that saved his life, called him up and is like freaking out about something, and he's going to kill himself. So he's like, hold on, wait, let me get there, I can fix this. He gets there, and these people in Oni masks come and wind up killing the guy anyway. He escapes, and he goes to, I don't know, it seems like there's some supernatural stuff happening in the book too. So it's like a supernatural modern noir. He's talked about like making, selling your soul and stuff. He's like, you better not joke about that. Somebody might buy it. So there seems to be maybe some supernatural things going on. Kind of interesting. I like that noir detective-y feel. So I'll probably wind up picking up the next issue, Second Chances. And I know the one everybody's going to be talking about, Eat the Rich. This is a beautiful Jenny. I think her name is Jenny Fresen. This is like the B cover or something, but it's way better than the A cover. So this girl and this guy are dating, and she's going to meet his family for the first time. He comes from a wealthy family. She is more of a normal modern girl, and the dude is an ex-alcoholic. Well, I guess it's current alcoholic. He's recovering, and he hasn't drank in a long time, and he's worried that he's going to start drinking here because he's never been to one of these events without drinking something. So she's trying to calm him down while trying to calm herself down because she's going to meet his family. She's freaking out. And she meets the family, and then the family has, the help. She's the helper trying to take her bag, and inside she's like, no, I can do it. And they're very insistent, like to a weird degree insistent. And the help takes care of the second child that's in the house, and she offers to help the help, and the help are like, are you crazy? Don't do that. You don't need to be talking to us. Don't help the help if you want to survive. There's a lot of all these innuendos in the dialogue of surviving and being killed and stuff, but they seem kind of innocent at the time. So we get to the party. Everybody's dressed the same, all in white. She's dressed in this dress. Feels weird. The rich people see her as more of a novelty than anything. And it's a goodbye party for the groundskeeper who is retiring. And nobody seems happy about it. And then there's like a roast. He gets a roast. Get it? Get a roast. And as the guy that's doing the roast is mentioning other people, they get up and leave. She eventually winds up wandering off and sees, I think it is her boyfriend, if I'm not mistaken, murdering the groundskeeper. And they drag him back, and then there's like a hand on the fire, so he's actually getting roasted. Really interesting. I will be picking up. I know the owner of my LCS, Doug, he was wondering how long people are going to be on this book. I think people are going to be on this book a long time, Doug. Eat the Rich. Highly, highly, highly recommended if you like that suspense and horror feel mixed in. Really good. Highly recommend it. All right. So let me get into a few of the dollar books I went digging for. I found Son of M. I believe this is the first appearance of Peter Parker's son, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the comments if you know for sure. But this is one of 6, and I did pick up all 6. So there's issue number 2. And remember, all of these were just $1. 3. 4. 5. And these came out in 06. Man. And Black Bolt, one of my favorite characters. I also picked up the Spectacular Spider-Man 240. This is the part 1 of Revelations. I believe I have other parts, I just don't have this one. Butcher Knight, this is an Image Comics, I believe Top Cow, I guess. Image Comics. First, number 1. Not too familiar with that character. Ghost Rider Blaze, Spirits of Vengeance, number 12. This is a glow-in-the-dark cover. So I picked it up. It was only $1. And I saw this giant face of Kang the Conqueror. And I thought, for $1, really pretty good condition. Why not pick it up, right? Kang appearance, early Kang appearance in a Hulk title. And what did I get in the mail? I pre-ordered this book a while ago, and man, is it beautiful. This is a Nakayama cover. It's an X-Men title. Can't tell you which one. Don't really read X-Men, but that cover is fantastic. I love David Nakayama. That is all I have for you today. If you liked the video, leave me a like, leave me a comment, tell me what you're reading. Tell me what I should be reading. Should I be reading more X-Men titles? Let me know in the comments. I can't guarantee it, but I might peruse a few in the future. And you know what? You guys keep reading, and as always, have a good day.